Good Saturday morning, YouTube. How you guys doing today? So, honey, I was sitting on my side of the bed thinking about posting a video about this. I said, you know what? Let's make this interactive. Let's make this interactive. Good morning, Mimi. Good morning, Kwani. Because I had a question. Okay, a while ago, I said that I was going to do a video, and I hadn't forgot. I just hadn't got around to it. I said that I was going to do a video speaking on feminism, versus womanism. But as I'm listening, I've been thinking about it for a while. But as I'm listening to some of the things that go on, good morning, Elaine. Good morning, and work, making it work for me. I'm thinking, what is the woman's role, the female's role, in this sector in particular, and perhaps I could try tie it, hey, due process, into feminism versus womanism. Okay, now we know that feminism is primarily, well, not all the way, but it's supposed to be. It was originally the woman's suffrage movement, and the woman's suffrage movement was a group of Anglo women that wanted to fight for equal rights as it pertains to them. Because at one point in time, the woman, the Anglo woman, she was basically owned by the males in her family. And if she was married off, she then became owned, pretty much by her husband, because all her assets, even her earnings, if she had some type of job, whether she was an author, a sewer, or or even a maid, all of her earnings legally had to be turned over to the man, right? So, the woman's suffrage movement started out with women, Anglo women, wanting their rights, right? And so, as time went on, during the 70s, of the rise in feminism, mostly in part due to Gloria Steinem, I think that was her name, and it became really popular again. And so, at that point in time, you had a lot of black women, melanated women, joining up with the feminism movement. And like they always do, they will put the black woman on the front line to fight for feminism. But after they gained what it is that they want to gain, whatever rights, hey, Cloud, they wanted to gain, the black woman is pretty much put by the wayside. So, because of that, I forget the name of the author, and y'all forgive me. There became a black, I guess you would say, a black feminist movement, and that movement was called womanism. There was a rise in womanism, but there has always been womanism historically in the black community. Preach Oracle, we are forgot. Absolutely right, Nisha. We weren't invited to. No, absolutely, we weren't invited to that movement. Well, we were invited to be on the front lines of that movement, and after they had gained whatever it is that they needed to gain, we were pushed to the side, right? So up rose the womanism movement, but womanism has always been practiced in the black community because we have a lot of female-led, households. We have uh, in my opinion, in today's time, in 2019 going on 2020, our community is pretty much a female-led community. Okay, because a lot of our black men have chosen to, shirk off their responsibilities. Alice Walker, thank you so much, Night's Watch. You are absolutely right. Alice Walker started speaking up about womanism. Thank you so much. You're absolutely right. That her name, I couldn't think of her name. But anyway, like I said, in today's time, women have pretty much, black women have pretty much, we have pretty much been left to fend for ourselves in our community. Okay. And there are we really have been thrown into the males collectively. Not a lot of us individually have been thrown into the role of a male, but collectively, as far as the black community goes, for the most part, collectively, we are the leaders in our community right now. Okay, because a lot of black men, not all, you do have black men like Claude, you have black men like my mister, you have a lot of black men that do take the responsibility or role as the black male in the community, as far as being a leader, as far as making an impact. They take it seriously. You know what I mean? The heterosexual black male honestly is a rarity this day and age because a lot of black men, like I said, for a lot of historic, some of them for a lot of historic reasons, have chosen to shirk off that responsibility. That's why I say collectively, we have been left to fend for ourselves as black women, not individually, not every black woman, but collectively as a whole. We have been left to fend for ourselves, okay? And like I said, getting back to womanism, and who was it mentioned? Alice Walker to me, which was the rise of it was Night's Watch mentioned Alice Walker, but Alice Walker is absolutely right. She retracted the comment, but you're absolutely right. Whoever Night's Watch is, but anyway, Alice Walker. Oh, okay, you tracked the first one, didn't you? Okay, Alice Walker. Yeah, anyway, she did. She started the word Romanism. She put a word on it. Do you see what I'm saying? Because when Alice Walker started speaking of womanism as opposed to feminism, she saw that what we needed in our black community was not feminism, but we had been practicing womanism. And when we found ourselves in a largely non-dysfunctional relationship between black people, black men, black women, we practice reciprocity. I give a little, you give a little, I take a little, you take a little, we meet on middle ground. We are equal in the relationship. And historically, the male female dynamic between black people is always reciprocity. It is not matriarchy or patriarchy, okay? And but like I said, because of what's going on right now, um due process collectively, or we are presently the only women without soldier warrior class. You're absolutely right. Due process. You're absolutely right. I absolutely agree. Like I said, we have been left collectively in this black community to fend for ourselves. That is why you see some of the stuff, a lot of things that you see occurring to black women and to the black community is largely in part because we have no warrior class men collectively in our community. So you're absolutely right. So the women have had to step up. Um, for a lot of the times. Now I'm talking about collectively. I'm not talking about nothing that you see going on YouTube. I mean, I'm talking about seriously, okay? Because we know, uh, you know, when you're in a community and you are the women and you're gonna have to protect your kids and you're gonna have to protect your home. If we have to work together, that is what we're going to do because we don't have that male ego input. Okay, and not all women fight amongst themselves. And I don't know where you live, but in my community, we don't all fight amongst ourselves. Women are very catty in general, and I'm very catty with my sisters. Do you see what I'm saying? But I mean, I'm talking about a bigger picture. I'm not talking about catty fights, and I'm really I'm talking about the larger issue of our community and we being left to fend for ourselves. Yes, we will fight amongst each other, but when it comes time to defend our homes and our children, in my opinion, we are going to make that happen because we know as black women, we don't always do what we want to do, but we always do what we have to do. Okay? And so, yes, it is bigger than YouTube. I'm not talking about cat fights or none of that. I'm talking about at the bottom line, at the end of the day, women are going to protect their children for the most part, and they're going to protect their home, and they're going to protect their community, not because necessarily even they want to do it. We're going to do it because we have to do it because we don't have a choice. That is what I'm talking about. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, I'm trying to bring it back, a little light work eventually, as the thing goes on, of course I'm going to ricochet it back to YouTube. Do you see what I'm saying? But right now I'm talking about the community outside of YouTube. You know what I mean? Hey, Natasha Holiday, the real world. That yes, I'm talking about the real world that we live in. Okay, and I live around a group of women that make it happen. I don't know where you live, but where I live, I make it happen. We make it happen. All right, that's where we live. And so, anyway, Natasha said, the real world where we live, due process said, historically, we always get it together. Absolutely. Women always get it together at the end of the day against all odds. And that is, thank you for saying that, due process. Kwani said, I'm very protective. Empress said, exactly. Miss Enlightened One said, good morning, Liv. Good morning, Miss Enlightened One. Yeah, that is what I'm not trying to beat our women down. That is not the topic of this conversation today because, like I said, we are catty by nature. We are women. All of us, pink women, black women, brown women, yellow women, we are catty by nature. That is what we do. But at the end of the day, the melanated woman, we're going to make it work. We're going to make it do what it do against our odds. And we have been doing that since the beginning of time. There is no other group where women or there is no other group where women of the head. You're right about that, Dark Libra. But see, the thing about our community is we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. It is not what we choose to do, but because of the lack of the male heterosexual male role model, we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. We've been thrown into this without a choice. And that is the point I'm trying to make. We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice but to protect ourselves. Why do you think you have you have these programs? I don't know if you guys have seen them on TV, like on BET. Yes, the only ones. We are the only ones, like literally the only group of women on the only race of women on the planet left defenseless because we don't have any strong male warriors. you know. And so anyway, but you are absolutely right about that. There is no other group where women are the head. They don't have to be because their males step in their roles like they're supposed to. Our males do not. They have pretty much turn tail and run. Either they're gay or they're in interracial relationships. Do you see what I'm saying? Or they're doing every other thing, or they're destroying each other. They're doing every other thing in the whole world except protect and build up the community. Okay? And that's just a fact. Golden Golden said it's okay to fight women. It's great. It's just that men as a collective like to make it emotional when we express strong opinions. I just ignore that. Absolutely, I ignore it too. And that is what I want to talk about as it pertains to this sector. But right now I'm talking about our community collectively. You're right, Dark Libra. It is all by design. Yeah. Elaine said, I really want to say your channel is so positive, educational to me. I'm learning things I never knew. Thank you, Elaine. I appreciate that. Um, um, Empress says, when the men were taken from the home and lynched, we went for protective mode. Yes, we did. You had a lot of women, uh, and we have a lot of animosity and a lot of black males. They have a lot of deep seated, embedded in their DNA animosity towards black women because for some reason, and you can hear this in other sectors like the quote unquote woke sector of YouTube, even on the conscious sector. I'm talking about Scientism sector. You can hear the undercurrent of animosity that they have for black women because in their mind they twisted it, especially American black men. They twisted it in their minds to think that black women somehow have it easier. They some of them have even said openly that black women had it easier during slavery simply because they were women. I'm thinking, huh? Are we reading from the same history book here? But they have said that. Good morning, Two Talks. How you doing? Just coming in. Do you have a suggestion of what to listen to or learn about African mythology? I can't not right off the top of my head, but I would go, you could Google that question and it will lead you to a lot of resources, but not right off the top of my head. Two thoughts, and I'm really kind of focused on this. I don't want to get sidetracked, baby. Missing Light One says, preach almost all races of men protect their women, except our men. And it's truly sad. It is truly sad. It's attributed to so many factors. As we know, absolutely egregious by design. It is systematic. It is systematic. But even though it's by design, a lot of it is willingly. I'm not going to blame the system on men individually, just walking away from their families, walking away, from, you have a lot of men, and we've seen a lot of this, and I never knew that it was so much going on, but you have a lot of men that are choosing, you welcome to talks to cling amongst themselves. Okay, you got that MGTOW movement by the Anglos going on, but we know they are what they are. Do you see what I'm saying? But you have a lot of men because they are so angry with black women, or they are so afraid of responsibility, and they are afraid of the Anglo man. Okay, that they choose to lay with and cling amongst themselves instead of protect and grow the black family. I had no idea it was so rampant until I got on social media. I'm like, oh my God, like I had no idea. I'm always used to seeing one or two, but my God, it's like an epidemic. It's like somebody, that when they talk about chemtrails, it's like somebody sprays something in the air or put it in the water or in the food, and up pop a whole generation of gay men. I'm like, what in the world just happened here? Like I had no idea. Like, okay. But like I said, I'm old school. All right. Klaus said it doesn't help that these so-called males are claiming gender fluidity. I know, right? Did you see that article about what is his name, Mr. Colt 45, talking about he gender fluid, or what is his name, Billy D. Williams? I was like, what in the world is going on? What in the I want to wear a dress so bad and makeup is going on around here? I'm like, child, not Billy D. Child, child, honey. Why are men angry with us? Well, I think I'm not a man, but I can only speak for what I have noticed and what I have read about the undercurrent of anger that they have for black women. Is it historically, because they felt like they could not protect their families during slavery, uh, and they were angry. A lot of the times, a lot of the black male slaves were angry because their women were being raped, and they couldn't do nothing to help them. And a lot of the times, we know that the female slave, would barter with her body to save her man or save her children from being murdered or taken away, even though the black woman was doing the only thing she could do to try to save her family. It brought about some sort of deep seated, I'm sorry, anger. Um, you know, the black male slave, it started festering and growing in him. Do you see what I'm saying? And he started having this anger, and because he was afraid of the slave master, he would turn it on the black woman. And so, like I said, that is all part of the trauma that's encoded in our DNA. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is just really unfortunate. Today, you have a lot of black men. I believe some of the anger that they have towards black women. I think they have a lot of mommy issues, and some of those issues are valid. Do you see what I'm saying? Because of the lack of the presence of the strong male presence in the community, a lot of boys were given a lot of, grown men responsibilities, I think, and a lot of women had, treated their boys really badly. They emasculated them simply because there was not a father around to raise them, and that is dysfunction. But to turn around and have that mommy issue fester into a relationship issue, that is in part from lack of education as well as lack of knowledge of self, coupled with lack of therapy. Because, like I said, the black community in general, we can really never move any farther. And we are now outright destroying ourselves. It's not even MK Ultra. A lot of it, it's not even systemic. A lot of these things that we do to ourselves, we inflict on ourselves and our own community these days, and there's nothing systemic about it. So I am not going to um, blame that all on systemic racism. I'm not even going to blame it all on post traumatic slave syndrome. Today, a lot of stuff that goes on in this community is because we inflicted amongst ourselves. Okay? And so that you have to, at some point in time, take responsibility for your own self and your own community and your own decisions. Do you see what I'm saying? And so I'm not even going to blame it all on systemic racism anymore, because a lot of the stuff that's going on in this community right now, it simply don't make no sense. As it pertains to the men and the women, it don't make no sense. And that is why my title is the way that it is. But I just want to just really speak on that, as far as it pertains to feminism and womanism, and what is in the black woman's role in this community. And like I said, collectively, the black woman has to realize that you can no longer, cling to a lot of these men collectively. They have clocked out. They are simply not here for you. And so since you've been left defenseless, what are you going to do going forward? You see what I'm saying? And especially online, you see a lot of pick me's, you see a lot of mammies, and you see a lot of women going along to get along. Do you see what I'm saying? And I've seen a lot of that online since I've been online. I seen a lot of that when I was over there in the woke sector. I see a lot of that going on over here. Now they can try to. And on a side note, I gave you guys my definition. Um, Yes, making it work for me. Saying, how can we make a positive change? Because when we start evolving, people get offended. Well, the part of the problem is you care if somebody's offended by you evolving or not. Why would you care? People like me, I don't care. I don't care. If I'm going to evolve, I'm going to revolve, because it's not about me what you think about me. It's only about me what I think about myself. Do you see what I'm saying? Who cares? But a lot of women, that really is a good question, because a lot of women still care what a man thinks about them. They like you really still care and then you have no self esteem, because the only thing a lot of these black men want to do is harbor ill will towards you and speak derogatorily about you, treat you derogatorily. So you see, let me give you an example. Take for instance, you got like Monique. Monique, we all know about Monique. If somebody else's husband don't mean them no good, Wendy Williams. Let's take in the entertainment industry, Wendy Williams and Monique. Now we've watched Monique's husband, if she want to call it that. She says she got an open relationship, but they're legally married, right? So she's basically nothing but a beard. But we've watched that man, destroy, Monique's credibility in the industry. We've seen him, destroy her career basically in the industry, because she is so weak minded and she has such a lack of self esteem that she listens to everything that he says, to the point to where she calls him daddy. Yes, daddy this, and yes, daddy that, simply because she don't want to be alone. She has let him destroy, enabled him, weaponized him, give him all power over her, her entertainment career. Yes, he sabotaged the due process, but you know why? Because he's not her, because he would never be her. And she sat back and allowed him to do that because of her lack of self esteem, and because she think that she can't make it on her own. Yes, just to prove her love. I agree. Now, why would you do that? We see a lot of that on an everyday basis too. And let's take Wendy Williams. For decades, years and years and years, we saw Wendy Williams be treated like crap. It is just until what the last couple of years, the people really start speaking out on it, and people didn't start speaking up on it because Wendy was the last to do something. That man was, I truly believe that man was poisoning her. Do you see what I'm saying? He went as far as now, he had been, he bought another house and he had a side chick. I mean, he had an affair for years and years and years. You see what I'm saying? This whole time he's spending her money the way that he want to spend her money. The whole time he's segregating her from everybody else in the entertainment industry, making her look bad. This whole time Wendy going for it. Wendy going for it. Yeah, had a whole new family, bought a house and everything, right? It is not until people start speaking out about the fact that he had a baby, a whole nother baby, a whole nother family, like you said, with this Serena chick, that she decided to stand up and do something about it. And also, I think she got scared because she knew that that man was doing something to her. Not only was he physically abusing her, I truly think that he was poisoning her. And if people didn't start trying to save her, I think Wendy Williams would have been gone away from here by now. Because in my opinion, that man was poisoning her. She looked so bad and frail. She kept getting sick. Yeah, I remember when she passed out on stage. She was saying that it was this, that, and the other in this. Yeah, she knew he was a loser. But no self esteem, afraid to be alone, domestic violence situation. Do you see what I'm saying? Afraid to leave, couldn't leave, you know. And so it was just like a lot. It was a lot going on, you know. I agree with you making it work for me. And like when she had got sick this last time with that overdose, if it wasn't for the people working with her on that show, on the Wendy Williams show, calling the police to her house, they called the police. The only thing in my mind that stopped him from killing her all the way this time is because her co-workers, over at the Wendy Williams show, they called the police and had them go to Wendy Williams' house to do a wellness check on Wendy Williams. And this happened after she passed out on the show. And if it wasn't for that, there was reports saying that when the police came in the house, she looked so scared, looked like she wanted to say, "Help me," all this and all that. And if you notice, after that, after her people called the police to the house, the other co-workers and stuff, that is when he allowed her to go into rehab. And when she was yeah, squandering their wealth, ruining their business relationships, making a mockery of their credibility. Absolutely, absolutely. Wendy and that happened to Wendy and Monique. Yeah, but if it wasn't for them co-workers calling the police, she wouldn't have got to rehab. You know what I mean? And I don't think she would have been alive right today. I really don't. I really don't. I really believe them people saved her life. I really do, and thank God. But it was just pretty bad there for a while. But those are just a couple of examples of the things that we as women will allow ourselves for whatever reason to go through, and we allow these men that don't mean us no good to pretty much affect our lives because we feel like we can't make it, without a man, you know and that don't make no sense. And you see a lot of that. I think we see a lot of it. A lot of women do it, and you don't even recognize that you're doing it. Especially if you're young. Do you see what I'm saying? They believe in that. They've been sold a bill of goods with that whole Disney fairy tale, a knight in shining armor and Prince Charming, and a knight a knight is gonna ride in on his white horse and save me from the ills of the world, and I'm gonna live in this castle and I'm gonna live, a fabulous life filled with love, for the rest of my life, and I won't have anything else to worry about. All I need to do is find just that right man. But that is not reality at all. Do you see what I'm saying? It is fantasy island. That is not the way that life is. And you see a lot of girl power movements forming up these days. Black Girl Magic, Black Girls Rock. All of these kind of programs are made to empower young black girls. Okay? Because did you know that they start sexualizing black girls early as age 10? They start seeing black females in a sexual manner. A study showed that they start seeing black females, they start sexualizing their bodies early as age 10. 10 years old, they see you as a sexual object. They see you as something that can be treated any kind of way. 10 years old. Do you see what I'm saying? And we know that, and then if y'all see my page, I am absolutely fascinated with men like Nature Boy and R. Kelly, because I can't for the life of me understand. Now I understand, but I don't understand how people, moreover women, can let even Monique or a Wendy Williams. I cannot fathom myself being put in that type of situation. You know, I just cannot. I cannot deal with that. The level of disrespect. See, in my online, that's one thing. I don't have control over what nobody think or what they say. Only control I got is simply not to listen. But in my everyday life, it is a pet peeve of mine, and I refuse to be disrespected. I go back and forth with a woman, but a man I do not play with. Okay? Gay, straight, or indifferent. We are not going to do the disrespect thing. Okay? Like I said, I don't have no control over it online. The only control I have is not to engage, overlook it, and simply don't listen. But offline in my real everyday life, I will not be disrespected. In my home, outside of my home, or anywhere else, because you have rendered yourself not in a position to say anything towards me in a derogatory manner. Okay? Collectively, that is how the black man has rendered himself to me. All right? And I got a whole husband over here. And we practice reciprocity. We practice compromise. But at the end of the day, it's going to be what it's going to be. Okay? I'm just saying. And that's important because I don't need any type of male emotional support. I'm a very solitary person. I have to work to be in a relationship. I have to work to be in that type of it's been an ongoing fight for decades. Like I literally have to work to be with you. It's hard for me because I'm a very solitary person. I don't need that type of emotional support. And I think that it would behoove a lot of us mothers, if we are mothers of young women, to snap them out of that fantasy. Just straight up don't let them look at those Disney fairy tales, because that stuff is Even Disney is trying to circumvent that whole Cinderella White Knight syndrome. The movie Frozen, it's a female led, a shero, female, the female is the hero in those Frozen movies. Even they are trying to circumvent that whole I need a man to come save me mentality. You see what I'm saying? And so it's crazy. No, I don't either, Kwani. I don't bend, I don't break. No. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. If you think you could do better somewhere else, I suggest that you get to stepping. Now that's how it is in my world. Okay? Because we good over here. So yeah, I feel you, Kwani. No, I don't do that either. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That has never been my motto. Holla. Child, please. Hey, Red Snapper. Disney has fooled a lot of folks. You're absolutely right. Due process, either we build a life together from the ground up, exactly, or we both must bring something to the table, absolutely. But we have to stop foolishly gambling on promise alone and focus on actual and focus on what actually works. You're absolutely due process. You're absolutely right. That is what I mean by reciprocity. You do for me, I do for you. We compromise and we do it equally together. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the way you do it. Got to stop living in this fantasy world. Got to stop thinking that your self worth is based upon what a man thinks about you. Got to stop doing that. It is especially important for the young women to learn this. You don't make me and you don't break me. Like Kwani said, I don't bend, I don't break. Do you think women fall in love with the potential? Absolutely. 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 Me back in my day, my husband was pretty much uh I don't want I wasn't talked into it. It's just that I was really, really wild, and I was, I my daddy was my hero, and that is the only man I needed. But I don't know how to say this. My grandmama told me that, look, you might want to take a second look at this one right here. Do you see what I'm saying? Because my mister, he ain't never tried to change me. He tried to let me do me. Now he will stop me, especially when I was young, from walking over the edge, because I got the ability to be real, extra. And we even seen that this right here, what you see of me online, this is nothing compared to when I was young. You see what I'm saying? And this is way back before I started to try to have a man and family. You see what I'm saying? But he got the capacity. He is like a cloud. Do you see what I'm saying? He got the capacity to let me do me, but when I get ready to go over the edge, he be like, "Oh, hey, wait a minute. You might want to rethink this option." I can hear him. Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't hear a lot of people, male or female. Like I don't care. Do you see what I'm saying? But I can hear him. You know, making it work for me. So he encouraged you to be you and support. Yes, he does. He always has. But he won't let me go too forward because I can go. I can go there. But he never let me ruin like my life. You know what I mean? And he will the masculine in him, and because I respect that he is my partner and he is a man, I will never emasculate him. I talked crazy to him one time, and my daddy almost tore me a new one. You know what I mean? And I have to temper myself. That is my compromise. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, yeah, yeah. It's hard work, though. Even then, it's hard work. Because, like I said, I'm a very solitary creature. And that don't even have nothing to do with relationships. I'm just a solitary creature. If you're solitary, you're just solitary. It's just the bottom line. If you're comfortable with you and you like you and you are your best company, everybody else is extra. It's a plus if it's your family, but it's just extra. It's like not required. If that makes sense. It might not make sense, but anyway, this ain't about me. Sorry I said all of that stuff. It ain't about me. This is not about me. All right. Gona said, "What would you like to see from women in this sector?" Mentioned in the top. Yes, I'm trying to lead on to that girl. I could get sidetracked. Red Snapper said, "We as women must fall in love with ourselves before ever dealing with a man." You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Red Snapper. That comes with self-esteem and self-confidence. And since we don't have collectively male role models, a lot of women grow up without fathers. Me, I was blessed. I got lucky. I just simply got lucky. I got lucky. That's all. I could have been put in another type of situation. you know. But we have to love ourselves first. You have to be selfish about yourself. I said it a couple of times to you guys that you never give somebody all of you. Not your children, not your man, not your work. Never give anything or anybody all of you. Save something for yourself. Be selfish about yourself. You see what I'm saying? Love yourself. You can't give it all away. You won't have no self esteem. You won't have no energy left for you. Never give something to somebody, all of you. That is a mistake. You know. That's what make you think that you need a man. Because you done gave it all up to everybody else. You don't have nothing for you. You want him. Thank you, Deas. You want him to come in and save you. Pretty much from you. Because you have none of you left. You done gave it all away. You want him to fill the void of what you done gave all away. No, that is not his place. You know. And they take advantage of that too. Like I said, Like I said, that's why I'm fascinated by some men that we seen in this sector, like Nature Boy and that dang on R. Kelly. I can't figure out how in the world, child, honey. At no point in time do you want to save yourself, honey. Tube Talk said to love me is to know me, but I can't show you the real me unless I first know who I am first. Absolutely, that's my motto. You're right about that, Tube Talks. And we know that as women, honey, we change on a consistent basis. I might like you today, I might not like you tomorrow. Do you see what I'm saying? We are constantly evolving. We are a very evolving creature. We are constantly evolving. We constantly shape shifting. It ain't even nothing personal, most of the time. It's just us. Because we got so much stuff going on with us at any given moment, you know. So how can we not change? How can we not ever evolve? You know? So yeah, and people have to understand that. And when you have men, and you're right about that making it work for me. And when I see men like a Nature Boy or Kelly, even some of the men, the gay men in this sector, trying to control a woman's thought patterns or control who she is, or control her narrative, that amazes me when women allow that. I can't understand that because you trying to control something that's gone past. I was that person yesterday. I'm so a whole nother person now. You late. So how can you even keep up with me? Really. How can you even keep up with me? Or try to think. Yeah, absolutely. Or try to think for us. How can you keep up with me? I was that person last week. I'm on to something else now. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you're a woman, you know what I mean. How can they even keep up? But they have to implement these control tactics on you and these mind games if you're weak enough to keep up with you because you're ever evolving. We are ever evolving. We go through many stages, you know. Like my personality is day to day. Like I said, I might like you today, might not like you tomorrow. It just is what it is. It ain't personal. It's about me. You see what I'm saying? And so it just is what it is. But that all comes with knowing who you are and accepting who you are and loving you and not giving all of you away to everybody and everything but you. Say something for yourself. You see what I'm saying? Tupac said it took me some bumps in the road, but thank God for my daddy who never gave up on me. Now I love and adore and recognize who I am. That's right, Tupac. Like you got lucky like I did. Like my father is just a main influence in my life. Like he's really the freaking love of my life. Like no man could ever compare to my father. No man. And for that reason, I don't need emotional support from a man. I've been married for over 20 years. I don't need your emotional support. And honestly, I think that's why we get along because I'm not clingy. You stay in your lane, I stay in my lane. Only time you swerve on my lane is when I'm going too far. Because I'm not wrapped too tight sometimes. I will be the first to admit it, and I can't go too far. Okay? That's the only time pretty much you just let me do me until I go too far and I get ready to just go on over the edge. You know. But until he came around, my daddy did that. You see what I'm saying? And my daddy, he was not compromising, with me. Because I was his boy. He didn't have no boys. I was his boy. And he wasn't compromising with me. Do you see what I'm saying? Like he'll say a word. And then that's pretty much it. And that is the only man, honestly, not even my husband do I trust with my life. That is the only man that I ever trusted with my life. I'm side-eyeing everybody else. It ain't even personal. It's just how it is. It don't make no sense, but it's the truth. I'm sorry. It ain't even personal. Jessica said, "Hey, Miss Olivia, I've been MIA. Me and the little one, been sick, getting better slower, just popping into." Good morning, Jessica. I hope you guys are feeling better. Child, that flu is going around and all kind of viruses, and they bring them home for school, and it's just Ooh, kids are toxic. Ooh, girl. I understand. I do too, Kwani. Kwani said, I laugh at these individuals, child. Just gonna be take care of the babe and you. That's right, Kwani. I love my daddy. I miss all my people, but I miss my father. I miss my grandfather. Absolutely. Because they got me. Do you see what I'm saying? They weren't intimidated by me, because they made me. So, so yeah. Yeah. Tube Talk said, I called the cops on my own self behind my daddy. I know that's right, Tube Talk. What about it? Huh. Child. Do you still have your daddy? If you do, you are truly blessed somebody. Just let me say. Truly blessed. Making it work for me said, thank God I had a strong, positive father in my life. That's true. Red Snapper said, I miss my daddy. I was my dad. You was your daddy's son too, Red Snapper? Yeah, I was my daddy's son. I was the oldest. He never had any boys, and I was my father's son. You see what I'm saying? And so, yeah. Yeah. Kwani said, speak. Two Top said, period. Yes, Miss Olivia. Due Process said, my daddy made sure I always had $1, so I didn't look to a man for. I know that's right. I love that man, RIP. I know that's right, Due Process. Yeah. Yeah, my daddy was that way too. He didn't want me clinging to nobody. You know what I mean? And so yeah, yeah. My mom and them didn't either. You know what I mean? But my dad was real adamant about that. You know what I mean? And my mama is the one that had to, really to get me to embrace the more feminine side of me. And I had told this story before too, when she told me to stop wearing those baggy clothes all the time. But when we was growing up, hey lady Tia, when we was growing up, in the late '80s and the out through the '90s and stuff, the boys and we wore the baggy jeans, the baggy shirts, the jerseys, the hats, the big gold earrings. We pretty much all dressed the same, the gold chains. You know what I mean? But it was my mama that got me out of that. And so yeah. Due Process said already. Hey, Lady Tia. Lady Tia, yeah, we wore the same clothes, right? Back in the day, so yeah. Lady just said, hey, Miss Olivia, happy Saturday, everyone. My dad told me I comes before you, and don't be crying behind no man. I know that's right. I know that's right. R.I.P. Dad and stepdad. I know that's right, Lady T. Girl, he told you that. That's right, Pointy, that FUBU, them Timberlands, right? Oh man, when they brought out, y'all remember the after the Adidas, they brought out the old school Nike with the one check, and they was all white, and they had the black check on the side. Child, could tell us nothing. The starter jackets, right. Oh, child. Yep, them cross colors, right. Oh Jesus, y'all a mess. Y'all, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. It was the style to dress baggy, with the girls and the dudes back in the days, You call them dope man. Making it work for me, so you call them dope man. That's all right. It ain't right to be told how you taking me back. I love to be too. It was comfortable, right? Hey, Desiree. Desiree said, ladies, when you're dating a man, pay close attention to the relationship he has with his mother. Absolutely. If he has an unhealthy relationship with the mother, keep it moving. I know that's right. That is wonderful advice, Desiree. You are absolutely right about that. Yes, ma'am, you are. Uh-huh. Child. The Nike Cortez. 32 said, I was definitely a tomboy. Me too. I used to play football with the guys. Now, see, I was definitely a tomboy, Lady Tia, but I didn't ever play football because I was my daddy's son, but he didn't like to get my skin marked up and my knees scraped up, and we had to walk around the house in shoes because he didn't want us to have, he said in his mind we was gonna have big feet, and it worked though. I don't know if I guess my family just don't have big feet, but he didn't want let us walk on the concrete or in the house, even on the carpet without shoes. I still don't do that right to this day. and got a whole lot of stuff. But I could never play them kind of sports because he didn't want no scratches to get on my face, on my body, on my knees, and all of this and all of that. He didn't want my skin messed up, so he wouldn't let me play football. But he let me go fishing with him and stuff like that, even hunting. Let me go to the kill yard with him and my granddaddy, all of that. He just didn't want my body getting marked up and stuff, you know. And he was right, you know what I mean? Because I guess he figured, well, at some point in time, she gonna want to be feminine. You don't want a female with a whole lot of marks on the body, you know. But at the time, yeah, I didn't understand all that. I do now, though. Hmm. Yeah, me too, Kwani. After 12 too, my father, he started making me spend more time with my mom and stuff like that. And he started spending more time with my cousins and stuff. And so yeah, up until I was about 12. Yeah, it happened to me too. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Making it work for me said you can tell the girls from the boys with our door knockers and right with the door knockers and the earrings, right? In the hairstyles. In the hairstyle. Exactly. We all had house shoes. Yep. All had house shoes. Yeah. Yep. You guys are right. Yeah. 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 Yep. House shoes, and you remember back in the day, you couldn't come downstairs just in your gown without some house shoes and a house coat on and a bra when you got even a little bit older. Shoe. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Like to be told said I used to go believe the rule about the mom until I got grown and realized that sometimes the women, moms, are crazy, and it's not that's true. It's not their son's fault if the relationship is not good. You're right about that too. Right to be told as well. You're right about that too. Yeah, you just have to you just got to be able to ask the right questions. And nobody's mouth is a prayer book. And a lot of women don't actually get to know a man. She gets to know. Somebody said earlier, do women fall in love with a man's potential? She falls in love with the potential, the fantasy, instead of the actual person. Do you see what I'm saying? What you want him to be. What you want him to be in your mind instead of who he actually is. Because he'll give you warning signs. You just got to look out for him. Like I said, I side eye everybody. Quantity said I was a tomboy until I read that. Due process says I was and still am a girly girl, but I like to fish and get my hands dirty. Yeah, me too. Due process, it don't bother me. I guess because I'm a country girl, so I don't mind. But yeah, it don't bother me. Lady T said I realized I was attractive until one of the boys at 13 told my cousin he liked me. I was like, ew, late bloomer. you know Let me tell you something about when I was about 12, 13, maybe even 14, Lady Tia. My cousins, y'all met one of my cousins, Bone, the light skin. I don't know if y'all saw him in the summer or not. Some of y'all did. This is very big men in my family. Do you see what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the boys were scared to talk to me for a long time, whether they liked me or not. You know how they would go around and the little girls would be fast around them and all this and all that. And I found out as I got a little bit older that my cousins, they would go around threatening people. You know what I mean? A lot of people were scared of my daddy. Girl, there was a whole lot going on with me in relationships. And I didn't even realize it at first. I was just willy-nilly. What do you worry about it? Just one of the guys, because I always had a good relationship, with men, just as being like on a friend level, not a relationship level. Just one of the boys. You know what I mean? I always had that comfort right there. But as I got older, I started to realize that what? Maybe they were scared of me, scared of my cousins, and so that means they were scared of me or something, because they thought they was gonna get beat up or hurt. I don't know. It took me forever to realize that. God, that was crazy. It never dawned on me, but yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know. It's just a whole weird. I didn't realize. It just didn't even never dawned on me. You know. So I never thought about it. But yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, you better have on a house coat. That's right. Let me try to catch up, y'all. You enjoy a fist fight, child, Quani. Honey, you would have did good down here in this country because we had to fight everybody. The girls, the boys, the everybody. Uh-huh. You know. And so, yeah, Quani, you right about that. The way we did it, it was like a family thing. In one fight, you all fight. Or you're gonna have to fight off that belt when you get back to the house if you don't help your people fight. So that's the way we kind of did it. So it don't even matter if it was your fight or not. You better get a lick or two in, lick, kick, something. You better get something in, or you was gonna get in trouble. Child, I done went I done got oh can y'all see? Oh yeah, it's back up. Child, I done lost my spot, y'all. I was trying to. It was one I. Oh, Lady Tia said I never wore a skirt until I was grown. Now I'm model. It's so crazy. Never thought I'll be you'll be that into it. Shoot, I put on a dress at least once a week for church. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy. They say a lot of models grew up tomboys. I've heard that before. Uh huh. Making it work with me said watch a man relationship with his mother. Don't have to be clingy, just caring. Yeah, it ain't even how they interact. It's what they don't say with one another. That's what I watch. The things that are not being said, the interactions of the face movements and the body movements and the things that are not said. That's what I watch for. You see, that's what I watch from our people though. I'm a watcher. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I watch you. It ain't what you say out of your mouth. It's how you act towards a person. You know what I mean? Your body language, your eyes, and stuff like that. You know, that's how it is with me. Uh huh. Because what you don't say, it speaks volumes, in my opinion. So that's kind of the type of person I am. Yes, he needs to be what you want when you first meet him. Otherwise, keep on. Yeah, don't try to turn him into something or not. A man is never going. You can't change a man. He is what he is. You know what I mean? You just got to take him as he is, just like men have to take women as we are. You know, you can't turn him into nothing. You can't change him. He might even think that you can change him. No, you're not super push. You're not changing him. He is what he is. You know, and if you're not willing to deal with it, then cut and run. It's time to leave. Holler at it. You know, for you waste your life, especially your youth if you are young. Do not waste your youth on a worthless man. Do not do that. He ain't never gonna change. He ain't never gonna get better. It just is what it is. You know, either deal with it or leave. You should not waste your time. And if you ain't getting no get back at all, you know, even if he a cheater or whatever, if you ain't getting no get back at all, it's time to go. You're wasting your time. You know, you're wasting your time. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't waste your time. Time is very precious. You're only young for a moment. That time you wasting on that, man, you could be spending on doing something progressive with your life. And a lot of women make a mistake is when they be on the hunt for a man. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't make it. And then men know when you on the hunt for them because they will prey on you like that because that is your vulnerability. You know, you go through life now. Like I said, when I met my husband, I found my husband. I wasn't looking for no man. I was trying to do me. You see what I'm saying? I was trying to do me. You know. And so, yeah. Not even before I met my husband. Like I said, I always got along on a friend basis, with males, even when I went to school, because, I had the emotional male support when I was younger. So even when I went off to school, like alone, I was always a lot of friends with a lot of guys. But as far as that relationship thing, no, I'm a solitary creature. That's, you know what I mean? Thank you. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Kwani. Kwani said you are amazing. Thank you, Kwani. You are amazing. But look, y'all. Yes, they are predators by nature, and a lot of women don't realize that, and they can only go as far as you allow them to go. You even see that. Now let's tie it on to the second part of the. Somebody tell me what the second part was. It. Do you know what your role is, or what's your role? Yeah, that was sweet. I got the little emoji and everything from Quaddy, y'all. That is so cool. I get a kick out of those freaking emojis, by the way. A good woman can bring the best. Yes, yes, she can. Yes, she can. A good woman can bring the best out of a man. If he loves you, he will want to make you proud of him. Do you see? You can't change him, but if he truly loves you, and a man has to choose to put you in his heart. Men are not like women. A lot of women look at men as they are emotional like we are. No, that is not the truth. A man has to choose to love you, choose to put you in his heart. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, like I said, ain't none of us super puss. If he gonna choose to love you, he gonna choose to love you. It ain't nothing you can do to make him love you. Like women, a lot of times we don't have a choice who we love. Men is different from men. They choose to put you in their heart or not to put you in their heart. That's what a lot of women don't realize. If I do this perfect, or if I just look like this, or if I just do that, or if I, da 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 da, etc., 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 he's gonna love me. He's gonna wife me up. No, it's not that way. It's not that way. They have to choose to put you in their heart. You know. Lady Tia said, my man just told me the last night, he told me I make him want to be a better man. That is so nice of him. It's amazing that he told you that. Because my husband would have just grunted. Uh. That's a whole conversation. Uh. He do more by example. Less talking, more action. So, yeah. My man would say, honey, do you want to be a better man for me? That would have been a whole conversation, Lady T. I'm not gonna lie. And then he'll go out and build me something. So or buy me something. This is kind of how it work around here. So I don't know. You got you a verbal one. That's good. Child. Making it work for me. He said no tricks or treat. Just keeping a man. He wants you. He wants you. That's true. Ain't nobody super puss. Ain't nobody, you ain't. It don't matter how pretty you are or how not pretty you are. At the end of the day, how big or small you are. Because a lot of men like big women, a lot of men like small women, a lot of men like the JJ, and they don't care what size it is on the outside as long as they can get to it on the inside. And it just all depends on if he wants to put you in his heart or not. You got weave, you don't got weave, you got nails, you don't got nails, you wear makeup, you don't wear makeup. No, that on the outside. No, I just no. Rest Napper said, "Men hunt what they want. If a man wants you, he will let you know. Yes, he will. You ain't gotta be thirsty. You ain't gotta hunt him down. You ain't gotta chase him down. You ain't gotta do that. No. Just be independent. Don't be clingy. You know." Lady Tia said we talk deep. We have very interesting conversations. That's what some people are missing. You have to be able to talk beyond. Oh, absolutely, 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 absolutely. But over the years, you saw we have developed. We know us. We know our strengths. We know our weaknesses. Uh, my Mister, he is old school, and and if you had that type of old school dad in your life, that is the type of Mister my Mister is. Do you see what I'm saying? He like my daddy. Did very little words, just a lot of actions, and little talking, and a lot of actions. Do you see what I'm saying? And so yeah. Like to be told said my love language acts of service, yes, so I can do without a man who wants to tell me things I need. Well, yeah, you're right about that. Right to be told, I agree. But a lot of people are different. A lot of females like chatty men. I wouldn't know what to think about the. I don't, girl, I don't know. It's about a little bit of both. You know what I mean? 77 Smith said, "Good morning, Miss O. does that only apply to countrymen? Because these city men ain't, whew, they definitely don't have the same home training. I think for a lot, you younger, because these young men that I see to these days, honey, whoo, child, no ma'am, yeah, so yeah, you know, so yeah. Yeah, no, you can't buy them either. Lady Tears, thank you, Lady Tears, for the super chat. How do you feel? How do you feel? You about to marry? About marrying young? I got married when I was 25 years old. That's young to some people, and have been married ever since. I wasn't even quite sure when I got to the end of that exactly what I was gonna say, because I was feeling mighty stuffed and tight in that dang on dress. You know, so I ain't even gonna lie. I more so did not disappoint my family. I mean, I love them, but still, felt mighty tight going down that aisle. Sure. Due process said many females don't understand these basic principles, but swear they can tell a man how to be a man. Nope, no, you can't tell a man how to be a man. I absolutely agree with that. Making it work for me, said I'm finding out most men are not talkers. The ones I know, yeah, I've been all around that non-talker kind, more action, not a lot of talk. Yeah, that's what I am accustomed to. Do you see what I'm saying? And so yeah. Lady Tia said he's not chatty. This is a 5 year build up. Oh, okay, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. They gonna do it. Yeah, I'm used to the door, but I was raised that way. And then plus two, I think with the way that I grew up, I wanted to marry a man that was like my father. Do you see what I'm saying? A hard worker. Uh, he protected us. He provided for us. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's the type of man that I want to marry, because that is the only type of man that I have ever been able to trust. And so yeah, yeah, you know. Right to be told said, I like a very quiet man. I can't stand a man who wants to sit around and talk about fit. Girl. I'm gonna side eye you on that. I'm talking honest. Uh. I have a conversation with my mister, then a week later he'll come back with a comment. I'll be like, what? I think he had to have time to think, ponder on it a bit. Child, this is a lot. Uh-uh. Mr. Lightwood said a lot of younger men seem to have feminine qualities. Yes, they do these days. I agree. Uh-huh. But that goes back to what I was saying about uh the strong black male role model in our community is gone by the wayside collectively. Not so much individually, but collectively, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Making it work for me. Said my dad didn't talk much. When he did, we listened. Absolutely. That's how it was in my house too. Now my son is just like him. Yeah, absolutely. My oldest nephew, he got the looks already. You know what I mean? He got them looks. They're already forming. But I think it's because he's sitting around and watch, my mister. I don't think my son says 10 words in a day. Now, my nephew, he grade be 13, and he is coming into the thing to where he in his mind, I don't really know what he got going on in his head, but he want to be everybody daddy. I'm thinking, but I'm your great auntie. How you gonna tell me what to do? I be like, well, okay, yes, sir. I ain't gonna emasculate him. Yeah, okay, okay. Auntie, take it easy. Don't step right here. Oh, auntie, da 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 da. Yes, sir. All right, all right. Me and Brandon, we just be chuckling. But that's the phase that he going through right now. He think he everybody daddy. I'm like, well, okay, yes, sir. All right. So I don't know what the deal is with that. He go through stages. He growing up. You know, I think he's becoming more assertive. Do you see what I'm saying? Coming into his role or something. I don't know. And then plus, I ain't quite sure what my mister be telling him when they be down there hunting in the woods and when they be in their garage trying to fix something, but they really messing it up. I'm not even sure about them conversations, okay? So, to be quite honest with you. And so ain't no telling what he telling that boy. And so, I don't know. Lady Tia said that Miss Olivia, I know you don't have kids, but what do you think about a man stepping in when it comes to your kids? Should the dad only step in? Do you mean as far as discipline, or like you get ready to get married again, and that man is gonna be the child's stepfather? Lady Tia, can you be more specific? Stepping in what capacity? Right to be told said, because I do, yes, and advice, etc. Like, is he gonna be your child's stepfather, or my male friend is the same way? It takes him forever to answer a question. Yeah, about his feelings. I think it's funny too. I throw it out there, right to be told. Just wait. You might get a response, you might not. You know, so yeah, about nonsense anyway. Just talking about the chat. Yeah, you know what I mean. Not important stuff, but just frivolous stuff that us women talk about. You might get a response, you might not. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. Lady Tia, I think a mom should choose a man who will help with the kids. Why choose a man who you want to allow to help raise the kids? Red Snapper said, Lord, my son is always trying to tell me what to do and how to do it. I know, Red Snapper. I think it's a phase he going through. I'd be like, well, okay. Yes, sir. He growing up, So yeah, like Lord have mercy. And he just started treating me like I'm a break or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna break. I'm not that old. IT, I don't think you should. I'd be like, well, okay, all right, yeah, you right, child. They- Making it work for me. He said, thanks, Miss Olivia, for the enlightenment and insight today. I have to go do some errands. Uh, Keep us encouraged. Have a blessed day. You too, and thank you so much. Before I get off here, though, we're going to talk about this last little question as it pertains to this sector, because this is the tie-in. We just went off. You know how we go off on our own thing. It happens. Uh, yes, and it's a good question. Lady Tia said he would be the stepfather. Okay, should he be allowed to correct things the child do? If you have, if you feel comfortable with that, and he is good to your child, and he generally cares about your child, and he only wants the best for your child, absolutely, absolutely. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, yeah, you know, if they got that type of relationship, you trust him, your child trusts him, you know what I mean? Then yeah, absolutely. If he love y'all first, you know what I mean? And so yeah. But a lot of people don't have that. You can't let any man just come in and say stuff to your kids. You know. I think you should try to find out a man background if you can. Absolutely. Lady Tia says some women don't allow the man they with to say anything. Yes, some women don't. Some women don't. You know what I mean? So yeah, it just depends on. I can't. You know what I mean? Judge your relationship. You know what I mean? Or even his relationship with your child, but you can. And some women don't allow men to step in. The stepdad to step in or say anything. Some women don't allow that for a reason. Do you see what I'm saying? Uh huh. Right to be told said I think stepfather should discipline the kids too. If they have their relationship, right to be told, yeah, absolutely. If they don't, then no. Right to be told said I agree. Don't make the man look less a man, look like less than a man by telling him to not discipline the kids. And that's something that should be worked out. even before you meet the child, even before, like, what is your role going to be? You know, and you have to get to know these people before you even introduce these people to your children, because there are so many predators in this world, and the man will seek you out just to get close to your kids. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what I mean about living in that fairy tale. You know, due process says it's all in how he was introduced, and what your level of trust and intuition you have with him. I agree to that. Refer to the lion pride. We can learn a lot from nature. Absolutely, due process. Right to be told said, if you don't think he is not a good enough to do right by your kids, you don't need to marry him anyways. You're absolutely right. Right to be told. I agree with that too. You're absolutely right. You know, but Lady Tia, she don't seem like the type of person that would be, she don't seem like a real airheadish, you know, frivolous type of female. And so, yeah. Lady Tia said, my kids love my man, but he still don't want to say things. He take care of them, and I told him I don't have a problem with it. I'm sure that relationship just I'm not ever going to give somebody on a social media site across the board answer. That's why I said basically you have to figure out what your relationship is, because I wouldn't want to disrespect your relationship because I don't know y'all, but I also know that it's different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? It like who was that said that? Right to be told, you got to trust your intuition. I think right to be told said that, right. Whoever that was said that thing about intuition, yeah, I agree with that. If you don't, anyway, man, but still, Lady, right to be told said, Lady Tia, I thought you were talking hypothetical. LOL. Yeah, I didn't think she was talking hypothetical. That's why my questions were, that's why my answers were such as they were, right to be told, because I'm like, no, ma'am, Pamela, not me. Lady Tia said, right, they respect him. He said he don't want to step on their dad toes. So is their dad still active in their life? If he is, I can understand why he would say that. That's a man thing right there, you know. And so, yeah, not much active. Oh, okay. Due process says yes for me. I thought yes for me. I wouldn't allow anyone. I wouldn't allow anyone to seriously discipline my children, but their father. In my opinion, to each his own. Yes, to each his own, due process. To each his own. That's why my answers are such as they are, because I can't impose my, what I mean, on somebody's relationship. And I really felt like Lady T was speaking about her relationship, and I wouldn't want to disrespect her children, or her man's relationship. You see what I'm saying? So that's why my answers are such as they are. You know what I mean? Like to be told said he should work in partnership with the dad to raise great kids. Re Real Living says most men look at women with children as a negative. We really don't care. Wow, he said we really don't care for your children until we care for you. So be wary of a man doing too much. A lot of women put the cart ahead of the horse. Now I will have to agree with that. Just in general, I will have to agree with that. You're absolutely right. Yeah, yeah. Hey, fried cabbage, how you doing? You ain't on your head wraps page today. Due process said he sounds like a good man to recognize his place in regards to the dad. Yeah, I agree. Due process is truth. Right to be told said preach. Real living. Yeah. A lot. You hear that on the woke sector? Those men over there just be speaking very derogatorily about black single mothers. But part of the reason why, just let me say, They speak derogatorily about black single mothers, and they always, speak about the black single mothers if she made that baby by herself. You said part of the reason why is because they don't want to take on their responsibility or the male responsibility, because it takes two to make a baby, the man and the woman. So most more times than not, the woman is raising the child by herself because she don't have a choice. They neglect to just tell that part while they frowning upon a single mother. They're not holding the man, the father, accountable for leaving and leaving the mother to be a single mother. They're not holding the males accountable. And I got a problem with that. Because it takes two to make a baby. All right? And so I don't like when I hear the conversation where the single mother is being blamed because she didn't fertilize her own egg. You just got here, so I'm gonna rewind back. I just want to say, hey girl, hey, thank you, Fried Cabbage. Yeah, please listen to the replay. Thank you. Lady Tia said exactly, Miss Olivia. And there's sort of a lot of animosity that men have for their moms. If we keeping it real, it's because they had to grow up without a father. But my thing is, why not have? Do you have that same animosity for your dad? Because he's the one that didn't take care of you. I'm the one that stayed and took care of you. You know. So yeah, I got a problem with that. Nobody wants to take on be accountable for their own stuff. And we're gonna talk about this sector. And I'm gonna get off here because we're an hour 20 minutes into it. Didn't even realize I was speaking in general for all ladies, and then added my relationship as well. Oh, okay, Lady Tia. Well, I'm just making sure. And I was like, well, no, I'm not gonna give you any kind of definitive answer because no. And so yeah, but I agree with you should follow your own intuition. It's your relationship and your kids, you know. And so yeah, that's how I feel about it. But anyway, guys, now I believe the second part of the thumbnail was, what did I say? I don't forgot what the question was that I want to ask her. It was as it pertains to women. What is your role in this sector? You know what I mean? Now when I started out, I started speaking about how many how many Lady Tia said, no, you good, Miss Olivia. I love everyone's input. We learn from each other. Thank you, Lady Tia. I just didn't want to overstep my boundaries. I'm big on boundaries. Do you see what I'm saying? I didn't want to overstep no boundaries. And so yeah, absolutely not. That's how I feel about it. And so anyway, like I said, when I first started talking, we was talking about a lot of the women's roles in this sector. And for some women, their role in this sector seems to be that you got a whole lot of females, you got a whole lot of mammies. I told you guys what the definition of my definition of mammy was. You had people disputing my definition, playing with semantics, but it is what it is. And my definition of mammy is simply women that go on around here coddling these men, even in the midst of their bad behavior, going along to get along. Okay, so that's a mammy. A pick me is when you got a woman, you know, pick me. Agree with everything you say, agree with everything you do. You know what I mean? Because you want them to pick you. And we know in this sector, it's a whole sector full of gay men. They're never really going to pick you, but they will use you because this is a female-dominated sector. But you see a lot of these women going around fighting behind these men, these gay men, for what reason I don't know. But they disrespect you. They cuss you out. They call you all kind of names in the world. I have never seen a woman disrespected on such a level, not in the woke sector, as I see some of these women be disrespected in this sector, and these women turn right around and coddle most of these men. Let them talk crazy to them. Then they try to excuse it away. Oh, it's all right. You'll say it's all right, for them to talk to you that way, but let a female content creator talk to you that way, and it's all out war. So what is your role in this sector really? Or have you been rendered a cheerleader to all of this black gay male dominance? Is that what we doing around here now? I'm just asking, really for me, not even for a friend, just for me. So that is what I want you guys' opinion on. You know, you know, So yeah, due process says, I agree with the lack of male accountability, Miss O. But do you think women should be held accountable for who they choose? Absolutely. I value your opinion. Absolutely, you should be. You should be smarter. Like I said, that is why I talked about due process. You got to stop living in a fantasy world. There is no knight in shining armor. Ain't nobody gonna come sweep you up on your dirt white horse and save you. Okay, and you ain't living happily ever after. So yes, and you can't change a man, and you can't fall in love with his potential. It is your choice as you fall in love with the fantasy instead of the reality. So yes, I absolutely yes, women have to be accountable too, women and men. You have to be accountable for your own choices in life. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm in agreement with that. I absolutely agree. Lady Tia said, I think it's a lot of mommies coddling these men. And they say, I agree, Lady Tia. Lady Tia said that too. They want to be noticed as well as in the sector. Yeah, I agree. Due process said, yes, Miss O, and will attack one another for these males. Yes, they will. Uh huh. Uh huh. Alicia said one channel in particular seems to attract the pick me kind. I know that's right. I think I know the channel you talk, but it's a couple of them, in my opinion, that attract the pick me's and the mammies. Okay? Your process is that's right. And you don't see these men, now here of late over the, couple of days now. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I noticed about this sector. When I came in this sector a year ago, the women they had a more dominant role over this sector. But as the year went by, now you see the males have the gay males have a more dominant role in the sector. Not on all, not all females are, pick me in or mammy in or even co-signing or even cheerleading. There's a couple of content creators, that refuse to go out like that, female content creators, but moreover, I'm talking about the subscribers. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to tell where a subscriber's head is, because you down in the comment section, you in the chat box. So you will see a lot of the subscribers or the supporters, cheering on the bad behavior, cheering on the disrespect, and all of that, like collectively, you know. Because some of it can go overboard at times. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. And so I think that, the males have become very domineering and they're trying to lord over the women in this sector, even though the women are outnumbered the men. And and I think that it's becoming very, very toxic. Do you see what I'm saying? It's taking a turn for the worse, in my opinion. And I can't understand why that is going on. They seem to not like you. They only want to use you as a purse or a shield when they need you. But other than that, you will see them only caring about their opinion, really only caring about their opinion. You see a lot of, like a couple of panels where there are only men, they're only really worried about their opinion. They act like they worried about your opinion, but they're really not worried about your opinion at all. And a lot of them don't even like you. But they dealing with you because they want your coin, they want your click and your view, but they really don't like you at all, if we keeping it real. You know, it will get you all the way together and expect you to come back and bow down to them. And I've seen people do that in this sector. Of late, a couple of them, because of that whole debacle that happened, what was it, Thursday? I seen a couple of women, content creators that I didn't think would do something like that, did that. And I was like, wow, y'all doing it like that now? And I'm not understanding what's going on with that. But I'm just throwing it out there. I ain't got nothing to do with it because I ain't counting down to nobody. I ain't in the mess of the beef no more anyway, but we all know that I don't care nothing about you being no man. I come at you as hard as I come at a woman. And a lot of the males, they say it takes them a long time to rise up against one another. Do you see what I'm saying? When they do rise up, it's real dirty and it's real bad, but most of the time they're being passive aggressive. you know. and throwing shade. But you can see, even though they're gay, you can still see that assertive dominance that is trying to overrun this sector. And I'm just wondering if a lot of women can see it going on. You know, due process said the males seem to stick together at all costs. Yes, even if they disagree, they won't go as hard. Thank you. They allow the females to get down and dirty. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Lady Tia said, if a woman cry on here, she's weak. If the man cries, he's just hurt. Yeah, and the women are come, oh, are you okay? Are you this, that, and the other? And most of the time, it ain't nothing but game anyway. They like running pimp hoe games on these people. Like Nature Boy do, and these women are going for it. You know. And so it's the pimp hoe tactics going on around here. That it didn't make it so bad. It's pimp hoe tactics, and the pimp is gay. I'm like, wait, what? Y'all going for that? Child. Anyway, child, I was just thinking about that as I've been looking and listening, honey. I'm like, what, child? Are we really doing this? But you're right about that, Lady T. I absolutely agree. Making it work for me, say, Miss Olivia, I was driving. You are preaching. You tell the truth. Uh, but but when it comes to women, they will attack quickly and chew them up and spit them out. Yeah, they'll try. The pulpit pimp. You got that pulpit pimp, and I know that's right, due process. Yeah, they'll try if you engage. Do you see what I'm saying? If you engage, I really would not like to not even engage them, especially the men in this sector anymore. I don't engage with nobody anymore because, like I told you guys, I ain't even on the porch. I'm off the porch because I have tried to temper myself, even myself, when it comes to the gay males in this sector, because I can take it there with you. Just like you think you can say some mean stuff to me just because you're a man and you can verbally abuse me, I will verbally abuse your butt too. Okay? So I try to avoid that. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it ain't nothing but chess. But when they start feeling emboldened enough to think they can lord over you, it's really time to ask the question, like, who do you think you are? You know, not only using God as a way to control, tears as a way to control, verbal sparring as a way to control, because a lot of women, cause they mammies, cause they pick me's, or cause they don't think they can stand up to a man, really take that mouth that's coming from some of these gay men. I ain't taking your mouth unless I want to take your mouth, okay? Unless you go too far. And then I will cut you down with my tongue, just like you trying to cut me down with your tongue. But to avoid that, I said, you know what? I'm not going into it with these gay men. I'm not going into it with these women. I ain't beefing with nobody. I'm not bringing in another year beefing with nobody. But these men around here, some of the stuff that I be hearing sometimes, and I be hearing these ladies cow down to them. Like I seen a female on that show Thursday night apologize to a crazy queen. I'm thinking, but you know what I mean? You don't want to try to warn everybody about the crazy queen, and now cause your crew getting along with the crazy queen, you want to roundabout apologize and try to get along with the crazy queen when you know he ain't no good anyway. But because that man that you call your best friend is good with him, you gonna try to act like you good with him. I'm thinking, really? I'm disappointed, but hey, okay. Okay. That's emboldening these gay men to treat you any kind of way. You got a gay man on here putting on parties about a whole woman. The disrespect is at an all-time high. Why do gay men feel like they need to compete with women? And they can say they don't feel like they have to try to compete with women. Yes, you do. You're trying to compete for feminine energy. Feminine energy that you cannot possess is because you have a lack of male energy. Okay? And you're trying to compete and overlord and overrun female energy. And female energy you never can have. And that's just nature. I'm sorry. But they really call themselves in competition with female energy because they don't want to embrace or know how to embrace the masculine energy. And that's just point blank, period. And for a lot of women, because they don't have self-esteem, they don't even realize that. And that's unfortunate. They get on here and holler and scream like they moving somebody. They put all that treble in their voice like they moving you. You really ain't moving nobody. You really moving your blood pressure up higher and higher because you're going to kill over from heart attack for I do because we know that high blood pressure is a very dominant trait in black males. Okay? I'm just saying. Lady Tear said, I saw it too. She didn't stand her own ish anymore. I don't like that queen no matter who like him. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's another reason why I said, honey, this all I'm no longer promoting anybody's channel on my channel. But when I come on and when I see an ever going problem, I am gonna speak on it. And just let me say, it's not all of the female content creators in this sector that count out to these men. Do you see what I'm saying? I think a lot of them do try to go along to get along, but I'm really talking about the subscribers. Some, not even all, the some of the subscribers that up be mammying and pick me in and all of this stuff. It's not cool. And so yeah, I was like, what? But yeah, I be seeing the drama like everybody else. I'm just not going to talk about them on my channel anymore. I said that the other day, but I'm like, wow, what are we as women like? What are you doing? Like, do you just not care anymore? Like, you dominate this sector. You know, you just have a lot of them that they have a lot of voice because they have their own platforms. That still don't mean they running nothing because without you as their subscriber or their supporter, it would be no them. But you got them playing pimp hoe games with you like they're running something. But are they really? Really what they running besides their mouth? Because women dominate this sector. That's unfortunate to me. Like, who are you? That's just how I feel about it. It don't make no sense. But I see a lot of women going for it. Are you okay? It'll be all right. I'm thinking, girl, pimp hoe tactics, y'all falling for it. But okay. It's so bad. The masculine energy is so low in this sector to where they are afraid to go against one another. Really, if you really think about it. But they will come at your female butt. They will compete with you for your feminine energy. Oh, yes, they will. Uh-huh. But anyway, that's just something to think about, y'all. Like, I was really thinking about that. I was like, child. Uh-uh. Look, the Amen choir is quiet now. And this is a freaking social media app. Like, who really cares what they think, men or women, at the end of the day? I don't. I mean, really. What? A lot of people a lot of women are afraid of what men think or what they're gonna say about them, but like who cares? Like what you gonna do? I'm just saying. You call me a B, I call you a B too. What after that? What? You gotta have a thick skin. But even online, like you can see a lack of confidence that some women have in themselves. Making it work for me. Said these testosterone levels are lows in men who shame women. The testosterone levels are low. I think some of their I think they want because they're gay, they want you to think that some of those testosterone levels are real low. But no, they're not. That's why they're so competitive. That's why they're so abusive. That's why they think they can say anything. They're really exhibiting more masculine traits than they think they are. You see what I'm saying? And that's the dysfunctional part. That's that deep-seated anger, that deep-seated anger that black men, that black males have for black women. That is what they exhibit. You know what I mean? So I can see through the high-pitched voice, and I got a boyfriend, or I put on a dress and some makeup, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I can see right through it, okay? Uh-huh. 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 I can see that you still got a deep-seated anger for black women. Because you still a black man at the end of the day. And that's just how I feel about it. All right? Like it or not. and it's the truth. And they only want to use you for your person, your click and view, because they were really like a whole sector full of them. Okay? So you have to think about stuff like that. Making it work for me said, oh, wow, I never thought of it like that. So they are exerting their true masculine self. Yes, they are. I don't even think they realize it. But it comes out. It's some of them. Well, most of them that I'm sorry, I just all of them. Like it's just them. You know what I mean? It's just them. It's just who they are. You know, even if they classify themselves as gay or try to associate themselves with feminine qualities and stuff, you can still see that masculine wanting to dominate over the feminine. You can still see it. Do you see what I'm saying? Even if they got on a wig and a dress, like you can still feel it. You know. And so it just is what it is. But see, a lot of women don't even see it or can't even realize it, because a lot of women, and I'd be surprised, but a lot of women, you'll see these women when a man is clearly gay. I seen somebody talking about Storm Monroe not too long ago, and they was like, but he in the closet. He ain't came out as gay. Now, when I first saw Monroe, I thought it was a given that he was gay because he's clearly gay. But then I heard people saying, well, he ain't came out the closet and he undercover. And I'm thinking, no, he ain't undercover. He is gay. So I just assumed that he was openly gay, but evidently not. I was shocked. I'm thinking, KT, that's gay. But anyway, you got a lot of women that act like they can't tell. So I don't know. A lot of women live in a fantasy world, and so for that reason, they be picking me in their butt off around here. Okay, if I just back you up long enough, you'll eventually pick me. No, honey, I don't care how many D prints he show you, eggplant emoji prints he show you, he's still gay. Okay, y'all after the same thing, an eggplant emoji. Okay, even with that masculine energy, he's still after the same thing you after. Okay, get over it. Lady Tia said, have a wonderful Saturday, Miss Olivia and everyone. We doing indoor skydiving. Cool for my friend girl birthday. Trying something different. Oh, child, be careful. Have fun. Have a good day, child. I almost done talked 2 hours, y'all. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here too. But I just wanted to give y'all that to think about on my way out the door. You know what I mean? Because I don't I'm just amazed by how things are starting to play out in this sector. And I'm like, wow, okay. That's right. Making it work for me said they still will not pick you. Like you said earlier, they choose who they want. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know. And so it's just crazy. Playing on people's fantasies. I'm like, why? Are you really, you a female, a heterosexual female? Are you really wanting this gay man to thinking that at some point in time this gay man is gonna pick you and you know he gay, and then are you fantasizing that like what is the end game here? That's all I'm saying. Like you think you gonna change his mind, like that's right. They still got the XY chromosome, you know, and so it's just crazy. But like I said, it's a lot of pimp hoe games going on around here. But I'd be dirty if I. It's amazing. I ain't never seen that. Oh, child, I'm just being messy, y'all. Y'all know me. I can't help it, right? Just because I might not be what I say, in the words of that other content creator, just because I'm not featuring them on my channel anymore, don't mean I don't sit back and watch and I see the effery that's going on. Okay. Child. Real Living says, I felt like I was eavesdropping on a ladies only conversation, but I like your viewpoints. Thank you so much, Real Living. Thank you. Making it work for me said the women still fighting for a man's absolutely a gay man's attention. I'm thinking, but ain't you heterosexual female? Why you fighting for this gay man's attention? Like, why do you even care? But okay, go along to get along. Pick me, pacify, mammy, with coddle, whatever you got to do to be seen. Whatever works for you. Now, like I said, there's some women in the sector, not all. So if the shoe don't fit, don't put it on. But if the shoe do fit, think about it. Okay? I'm just saying. Oh, child. Oh, that's me being messy because y'all know every once in a while, it just is what it is. We know me. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Yep, if it don't apply, if it don't apply, don't reply. That's right. There you go, man. Making it work for me. You are absolutely right. I'm gonna get off here, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of the weekend. Okay, y'all know I had to be messy in the ear because I am just me. I am who I am. Okay, the hit dog will holler. Let's see who takes offense. You're right about that, Alicia. Oh my God, child. Have a good one, Miss O. This was hilarious. Thank you making it work for me. I appreciate it. But y'all know I am who I am. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to talk to y'all later. Love you guys. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to smile at somebody. You have a blessed day too, Alicia. And never, ever, ever forget to love your beautiful self. I'm going to talk to you guys later. Take care, due process. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Peace. You right about that, making it work for me.